and host of the podcast Risky Behavior, Shada Chakraborty. Shada, thank you for being here.
Earlier this week, President Trump insinuated this epidemic could be over by April because, quote, the heat generally kills this kind of virus. Is there any truth to that?
I think we know not to believe anything, quote unquote, scientific that the president says to the public. Scientists will tell you, and the academic community that is on top of all of the information coming out in real time from those on the ground, those at the front lines, epidemiologists in the field that are surveying this and keeping on top of it, that we are far from being done with this virus. There's a good chance it's going to persist, and there's a good chance that we really haven't seen the extent to which it's going to play out globally. What we know is that China is several weeks ahead of the rest of the world. Despite the quarantines and the evacuations, the virus already is out there. And so ultimately, it will play its course. And all of these measures that are being put into place, they're good in terms of they're delaying the spread, which gives us more time to develop immunity. It gives us more time to come up with treatment protocols, to better understand the virus and to see how it plays and how it moves. But ultimately, the virus will inevitably spread in the way that it was intending to and planning to through the global population. Remember, we are really closely connected as a global community. And so it's already out there, and we should not be having wishful thinking that it is going to run its course sooner than it intends to.
Hey, doctor, you mentioned the quarantine measures helping it not spread. Now, when it comes to the cruise ships that are out there and people are quarantined on, of course, the Diamond Princess numbers tripling in the last week. So just specifically quarantining on a environment like that, was that the best thing to do for confining healthy people, for trying to avoid the virus spreading, or did that make it worse?
That's a good question, because ultimately, what I think we'll see is that those who are exhibiting symptoms and are being tested positive for COVID-19 probably already had it before the measures went into place. We have the understanding that it's respiratory droplets. This is what you emit from your body that tends to fall to the ground unless it's picked up by another potential carrier that would then have the symptoms and then exhibit the virus potentially. So that once measures and quarantines go into place, that is less likely to happen. So most likely the transmissions that are now being tested positive happened well before these measures went into place. Those that have been quarantined that are showing no symptoms and that are coming up as tested negative should definitely be let off the boat, as per recommended by the World Health Organization as well, that these quarantines are being overly conservative and overly potentially unnecessary for what we know in terms of transmission and the extent to which this virus really poses a threat to the population.
Okay, Dr. Chakra Chakraborty, thank you so much. I appreciate it.